Hey y'all, this is Wacky Wormer back with some more GregTech New Horizons. Last episode, we made this charcoal pile igniter, and off camera I've been working this a lot, putting a bunch of logs in there, pulling a bunch of charcoal out. It looks like it gives, on average, 1 or 2 pieces of charcoal per block, per log that goes in, which isn't really that bad considering how fast it operates. So we've been able to produce a fair amount of charcoal. You can see I've got 3, almost 4 stacks in here. And I've really produced a lot more than that. I've actually been putting that charcoal in the steam compressor here and making blocks, and then putting those blocks into the bricked blast furnace here. You can see we're kind of full up on outputs at the moment, but this produces, the recipe here is 5 iron ingots to 2 blocks of charcoal, which is slightly more efficient than using regular charcoal. I think it's less efficient than using the coal coke, but I'm trying to figure out what to do with this creosote oil. I mean, obviously I can see in the quest book and stuff that it's used as a liquid fuel, but I've done some experimentation in creative. I would need a ton of these just to keep up with the boilers that it gets fed into. So I don't know. I'm kind of in a weird spot right now. I need to figure out what my next power generation solution is going to be. I'm not 100% sure what it's going to be. The other thing we did last episode is go to the nether and mine up a bunch of sulfur. I've processed a lot of that sulfur down. You can see I've got 4 stacks in here. You can see I've also been processing a lot of raw rubber dust that comes from running logs or sticky resin through the extractor. And I've actually got a fair bit of that set up here. And right out of the gate today, if we look at our quest book, and we look at the steam age, we're down here. So we've picked up all the ores in the nether that we need for this. It was not only sulfur, but pyrite and sphalerite, which this one's a little bit more rare, right? And then the next thing is going to be to make rubber bars. So I've got our raw rubber dust or sulfur dust. We're going to throw this into the alloy smelter. And then that's going to produce the raw rubber bars for us. All right. And then while that's going, and we're going to need a ton of this, right? This is going to be used to coat wires. It's going to be used not only in recipes, but then in the world itself when we place the wires between our LV machines. So I just want to go ahead and make up a bunch of this stuff. While that's going, I want to come at from this angle here. We're going to need this, in particular, we're going to need this ball mold. I don't know which one of the rest of these we're going to need immediately, but we're going to go ahead and make all of them. So if we look at the ball mold in particular, it's steel, and that's what, 4 ingots of steel over a casting form ball mold. And then this is a file and a hammer on a blank cast, which I believe I have, yeah. So it was a hammer, and I think my file is down here. There we go. All right. And then we take 4 ingots of steel and we put it in here. And then we put our casting form right there. And then we're going to need more of these casts, right, to make the other things. So I've got 2 ingots of aluminum brass in there. I need to get some more in there. So I'm going to work on all of these molds right here. And then we're going to wait on the rubber quest to complete for us. And then I'll see you then. All right, so we are finishing up the last of these molds. That took 24 steel total, and then obviously plus some aluminum and copper to make the blanks. So I'm just going to put these all in here for now. And then we're going to check our alloy smelter. Okay, we're getting close. We're not quite there. But let's see what we have over here. So this all depends on wiring, which depends on this, right? This depends on, yep, wired weird. Okay. So we're going to let this rubber finish up, and then I'll see you then. All right, and there's our 40 rubber bars. So that should complete that quest. And then let's look at the wired quest. So we need 3 red alloy wire, 7 tin wire, 24 copper wire, a bunch of fine copper wire, and then we have to coat it. Okay, so let's get started with all this. These, I believe, are going to be from plates. Let's go ahead and pull this out. Yeah, there we go. And then, let's see, we need our wire cutters. And we'll put this over here. Let's start with the tin wire. And how many of these do we need? We needed 7. And this is definitely a case where you want to make as few wires as you need. Because as soon as we get to the LVH, I need to make, what was it, like 27? 24 copper wire. As soon as we get to the LVH, we're going to have a recipe to make this much cheaper. So I'm looking to make just exactly what I need to make basically the steam turbine and then the Wiremill, which is going to be immediately available to us once we get to the steam age. Okay, I'm going to let some of this stuff, these plates make, and we'll make up these wires, and I'll see you in a second. Okay, so that should be the rest of the plates we need. Let's get these crafted into wires. And then this fine copper wire, copper foil. Oh, okay, more plates. So 1 plate makes 2 of these, and we need 8, so that's 4 more plates. That should be pretty quick. And then what else is left for this quest? We need to coat the red alloy cable and the tin cable. And then these sheets. Okay, so these sheets we have to put through the alloy smelter. It looks like there's not a shaped recipe for them. Okay, so 1 sheet does 1 cable, and we need a total of 10 cables. And it looked like it was 2 bars per sheet, right? So that leads us to 20 of these, and then that's where, probably not the block mold, right? Is it? There's no way it's the block mold. Oh, we could directly do this in the alloy smelter. Okay. Instead of having to make the sheets. So we could do 2 to 1 in the alloy smelter. Got it. Okay. That's very doable. So alloy smelter, we throw all of these in there, and then we'll throw all of those in to start with. And then while that's going, we're going to work on this copper foil. And then so there's all 8 of our foils. And then now I think we use, yep. I don't know why it only puts 1 up there. Nice. Okay, and then we've got these going in the alloy smelter. There's those, and then we need the tin. And then while that's completing, we can look ahead to the vacuum tube. So we need more copper wire, red alloy bolts, steel rods, and then this glass tube is the only thing we haven't really made. Glass and a mold ball in the alloy smelter. Okay, I'm going to work on these, and I'll see you when that's done. Alright, so I've got a fair amount of wires, and then I've also got my glass dust. This is going to be for the glass tubes. So I'm going to grab this ball mold, which I put in this chest here. We're going to toss that into the alloy smelter. We'll just go ahead and do all 8 of those. And then let's see what else we can make. Let's go to these resistors. We definitely want to make these resistors. Looks like we need 2 of them. And we need, okay, we need slime balls, or I guess that's the sticky resin. I'm actually gonna, I have a good source of slime balls that's more, I don't know about automatable, but I've got all these slime trees back here, right? So let me grab some slime balls that I have up here. I think they're in this chest, yeah. And we'll use these for that recipe. And here we go. Okay, coal dust. Easy enough to get. Actually, probably have some. Okay. So, third tries the charm. And there we go. So that's our resistor quest. We'll probably be making a lot more of those as time goes on, but that's a good start. All right, we need redstone and magnetic iron rod, which I think is 4 redstone to an iron rod. And it wants 2 of them. Let's go ahead and make... Let's go ahead and make like 8 of them. We'll leave 2 ingots behind. Oh, those are different plates. File. And then... And then electric motor. We need to add that to our list of things. And then, okay, so we need either steel rod. This is interesting. You would think this would yield more if we use steel, but I guess not. So either steel rod or more iron rods. Okay. 2 per. Let's make 4. I've got the steel rods actually, but I don't want to use that. It's going to be really nice when we get to the LV age and we have access to the extruder and things that make the steel rods easier, for sure. And then we've got our glass tubes. That should complete that quest, I believe. Oh, we have to actually craft them. And then we'll craft 2 of those. Completes that quest. I notice here that we can take 2 more for the reward, so we will definitely do that. Nice, we're doing really good here. So we need to make the circuit boards next. So I did pick up a bunch of wooden planks. This was just macerating the wood logs and then compressing them down into wooden planks. So it's really just, it takes time. It's not hard to make. So we should have the planks here, and then I'll just grab a stack of this stuff. Let's actually, what are the other recipes here for this? 3, 3, they all just make 3. Okay. And these are single versions. Okay, okay. Cool. So let's just make, yeah, let's go for it. Let's make 30 of those. We'll definitely use them. And then lastly, we need our circuit board, which is surrounded by copper wire. Let's make like 3 of these maybe. Yep, let's do 3 of them. Okay, we're getting close. All right, so we should be able to make our first circuit now. Steel casing. Okay, so we're going to have to pour up some steel. And then we should have the cable. We got that. We got all that stuff. Okay. So let me pour up the steel casing. Remember that we made the casing mold, right? And I'm assuming, does it say? It doesn't say. This probably takes 1 ingot. Of course not. It takes 4 ingots of steel. So I'm going to get this going in the alloy smelter. Let's see how long it takes. Oh, it only took 2. Okay. Nice. Cool. So we're going to get that going. And then while that's happening, we can look at this machine casing. And then we need the wrought iron plates, steel plate, and then the 10 cables next to it. So wrought iron plates, the 10 cables, and then a steel plate, right? LV machine hull. Okay, so I need to make more of those materials so we can get more of these. These are going to be, just like the bronze hulls, the foundation for all of our LV machines. So we'll need to make a lot more of these. But that's a really good start. Okay, we can grab our steel casings now, and then we can hop back to the circuit quest. And we should be good to go on this. All right. There's our circuit. I was really hoping it would give us some more for that. But that's okay. That's okay. All right. We're getting really close here. 10 rotors. So we need rings. And then we craft those into the rotors. So we're going to need at least 8 10 plates. And then these, I think, are carved straight from rods. How many 10 plates? We have 2. We've got 9 ingots there. Let's go ahead and get the forge hammer working on. Let's just make another 8. Let's get this up here. Okay. And then we'll start out with like 12 rods. Okay. And then we need to take, was it 1 ring per? We need to make 2 rings for 2 rotors. Yeah, so it's 1 ring per. Let's just go ahead and make 4 of them. And then I forget, I should have paid attention. What hammer, will that be the solid? No, the file. Hammer, file, and then the rod. Okay, so we got 2. I need to make a new file, which we have the iron plates here. Is it just a stick? Is that all it is? I don't remember. Yeah, nice. Okay. And then let's add this up here. And then we need to grab our 10 plates. Is that enough or do we need more? We definitely need more. And then was that a 10 screw that I saw there? 10 screw. Okay. So let's get some more plates going in here. 8 and 2 is 10. There we go. I don't know if that's enough or not. We need to file. We need to saw. My saw's about dead too. And then we'll file these back together. All right. 1 10 rotor. And then I think if we just grab some more plates, we'll have the second. Nice. All right, look at that. Next thing, the steam turbine. All right. So let's see. We've got almost everything we need. We need some bronze fluid pipes. So let's get, how many bronze plates do I have? I have 2 and none. Let's go ahead and make up a bunch of plates. And then we are on our way to the steam age. This is exciting. All right, so the other thing I'm going to need is I'm using up all of my resources here, but if we look ahead to the steam age, or to the LV age, so we're going to come in right here. We want to do this wire mill right out of the gate. we can see we need 4 pistons, another LV machine hull, and 2 circuits. Okay, so what we really need to do, let's get this out of there, that out of there. It's something like this, right? For the, where's my wrench at? There. Large, and then that's the small. Okay, I'm not going to guess at this. Sideways, wrench, and then hammer. There we go. Okay. And there we go. All right, so that is our basic steam turbine. We can see it burns 2 liters of steam to make 1 EU. Fairly fuel efficient. Consumes up to 1,552 liters of steam per second. That's interesting. Okay. And then it has a capacity. I'm assuming that means that it won't just forever run. Right? I'm hoping that's what it means. And then, is that what we do? Yeah, okay. All right, and it's pulling steam in. And presumably it's just sitting here ready to run. I don't know how the output of this works. Since obviously that was like the steam input, I guess. But maybe you just hook a machine up to any side and it outputs. I don't know. Okay. So if we open up our quest book, you can see we've actually opened up a lot of stuff here. I'm going to work on getting the materials we need for the basic wire mill, which is just a repeat of all the stuff we've already done. And then once that's ready, I'll see you here. Okay, after a lot more crafting, I have finally got everything I need to finish up the basic wire mill. And there we go. So we should be able to just plop this down directly on here. And then I guess the tooltip's not going to tell us if it has anything or not. But that's 581 recipes. Let's just look up like copper wire, wire mill. So if we want to feed in ingots, circuit number 1 gets us 2 copper wire. So let's grab some copper ingots and just give this thing a test. And so what we said, circuit number 1, ingots, nice. This is awesome. Perfect. And this is so much cheaper than the way we're currently making wires right now. So that's just super awesome. Okay. So with that done, if we take a look back at the LV quest, you can see there's a lot of different machines that we can start working on here. I'm just going to keep on crafting up a lot of these components offline, mostly the wires, the circuits, and things like that. And then next time we'll get into a lot more LV machine production. All right, if you liked the video, please like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.